So my name is Azariah McLymore. I am 20 years old. I'm Newburgh born and raised. Um, I'm very proud of my city. I'm very proud of my states. I rep Newburgh. I rep New York everywhere that I go. So I am currently a North Carolina Central University School of Law student. I'm in my second semester of my first year. I'm really excited because I'm very passionate about the law. I'm very passionate about helping others. As me and you have talked just a little bit, you understand like where I'm coming from when it comes to, you know, what I'm passionate about, who I love to help. Really, it's just everyone, but that's besides the point. So I'm the founder and creator of the McLymore Foundation. It's a nonprofit organization that I started in 2016, so around the time that I was like 10th or 11th grade. And the inspiration came from the fact that I knew that my community needed something to channel a lot of their energy into. So we started with a lot of like clothing drives and shoe drives and food drives. But the main and the biggest event that we were just talking about a little bit was the Express Yourself art event. And that was where I was able to allow like Newburgh residents and citizens and anybody who really wanted to come to do a lot of free art projects. So we were doing like painting and drawing and clay making. And I got a lot of my peers from the P-Tech program to be able to help me with their personal art skills to be able to help our community. And it was just a beautiful event. And since then, we've had the family dance. We do a lot of community events. So right now we have the scholarship that I'm really excited. I think that is probably one of the best accomplishments that I've done like in my life so far, because me and my father, we do it as and I said as but as partners. And we give it to students who are graduating from Newburgh Free Academy and who want to go to a college, university, or trade school. So I'm extremely proud of that because it does take a lot of work to even just be able to raise that money. So, and then I also know the struggle of, having to pay for tuition because I'm in law school right now. Tuition is crazy. And I also had to go to undergrad. So I understand like the struggle, and I wanted to be able to help somebody who really needed the money. So all of the Black women in my life, and the Black men, of course, but outside of my immediate family, I would say that it's all of my aunts. I would say it's my grandmothers. I would say it's Angela Davis because I love her. I literally wake up and watch some of her interviews as soon as I get up in the morning. I'm a huge Angela Davis stan. Literally like my goal or my treat for the end of the semester is to read her autobiography. So that's like something I'm really looking forward to. But definitely my aunts. I think that they have been pivotal in my life because they've influenced me in so many different ways. So I have, one aunt who was taking me to museums when I was younger and exposing me to the art that I still love today and the literature that I love today. She was the person who put me on to James Baldwin, and he is my favorite author. I named my car after him. And then also just being able to take me to all of these museums, and she lives in Brooklyn. So, even though I went to undergrad in Brooklyn, I didn't really like grow up there. I'm a Newburgh kid, so it's just like it was a whole different environment. Just being able to take the train with her, it's very different than Newburgh, but I appreciated it because I love seeing different worlds and different lives. So that was only one aunt. So imagine I have like an aunt that exposed me to the Black Power movement, my aunt Simba, and she was just able to put me on to the importance of holding yourself accountable as a Black woman and how to walk with such confidence and being able to just present yourself very well. I have one aunt who's really like a different type of artsy than my other aunts. So, she is very caring. She's a masseuse, so she understands the needs of the human body and, what the human body specifically needs in order to have like a feeling of relaxation. And, that's beautiful within itself because now I understand, as a yoga instructor, because she put me on to a lot of that, just being able to understand when it's time to relax and create that balance within life, but then also being able to teach that to others. And then I have another aunt who taught me about baking, and she would always send me like different baking supplies, and it was just so amazing. So, and then of course my grandmother. I love kids. I mostly work with students who are around the age of like 14, 15 up. Currently, I'm a tutor of the humanities, so I help students with English, history, psychology, sociology, and a lot of college and career advising. And I tutor for the Marist Upward Bound program. And I am so passionate. I love my students because it's just amazing to have the opportunity just to work with them and to see them grow, not just as students and when it comes to academia, but as people, because I'm watching like very instrumental years of like their personality development and who they are, you know, as people. So it's just amazing to be granted this opportunity to work with students. And then I also, this past summer, I was a site supervisor for the Boys and Girls Club Summer Youth Initiative. And that that opportunity, honestly, I want to say that it did change my life because I've never felt more passionate, even just going into my law career, because now I've decided that I'm really interested in juvenile justice because of just the way that I was able to not only work with students this summer, because we were working on a lot of art projects and I was able to bake for them because I saw that they had to buy their lunch every day. So I was like, you know what? Let's like save some of that money. And you know what, since I'm able to have the opportunity to cook at home, why don't I just bring you some food? You know, like it's like the little things. And it's just like, I feel as if they appreciated me a little bit more because I truly cared about their well-being. And I was also able to advocate for them in different, at different situations and times. Like I had a student who was, she didn't feel as if her art ideas were being heard at enough. So I was like, okay, you know, she was upset at the time that she was telling me. I was like, I'm going to have you calm down for a little bit because I'm going to have you advocate for yourself, because sadly, I'm not going to be able to be there for you at all times because I can't be your supervisor forever, which actually breaks my heart, but you know. So what we did, I had her sit down for a little bit. I had her express how she was feeling at that moment because she needed to be heard. She felt like her art ideas weren't being heard. Okay, I'm going to listen to you. But what we're also going to do is bring it to my head supervisor. And, you know, that was the woman who was in charge of her art projects. And I was like, you know what? I talked to my supervisor separately and I wanted to bring the student in as well. So I said to the supervisor, you know, I feel my student is feeling as if her art ideas aren't being heard. Is there something that we can do about this? Because this is a place where we're supposed to be allowing students to thrive within their ideas and at least be heard and like, you know, collaborate together. So she was like, okay, I understand. So I brought the student in. I had her express how she was feeling about the situation. And I feel as if that was a big growth moment. And that was just one of those opportunities where I was like, oh my gosh, like I wish I could do this all the time. So hopefully I'm going to be granted the opportunity to do that again. But I really love working with students. I think that it is one of the most like giving jobs because it's like, just like I said earlier, just being able to watch them grow as people and giving them these learning opportunities to stand up for themselves and also hopefully stand up for others.